You're a student and you're broke. Dennis, you don't have to hurt me like that. Will it make sense for you if you were to be broke student right now and be rich and wealthy in the future? No. Well, it makes sense to be broke and to be a student, and I can 100% relate to that because right now I am super broke. Okay, fine, but being wealthy or rich in the next few years or in the future is better than not being wealthy or rich at all. So if you're planning to be wealthy or rich in the future, this video is made just for you, from a student to my fellow students. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to this channel. My name is Denis, and today we're going to be talking about investing but for broke students. And if you're new around here, do consider subscribing and smash that like button because these videos definitely provide you value, and I can promise you that. And meanwhile, if you're from Malaysia and you're planning to invest into Bitcoin with Luno, might as well just use the referral code in the description box below. With a 250 ringgit worth of deposit, you and I will both be getting 25 ringgit worth of Bitcoin. It's free money. So, feel free to do so. So I assume that you already know what investing is, and let's just say you want to put your money to work and all you have is 1,000 ringgit or $1,000. It applies to anyone, anywhere in the world. So 1,000 ringgit and $1,000, we're just going to put it at that. So for stocks, there are actually a few types of stocks like dividends, growth stocks, index funds, and mutual funds. So you might be asking, Dennis, what the heck are you talking about? So let's put it this way. If you're aspiring to earn like a passive income in terms of cash flow, then you can consider investing into dividend stocks, because dividend stocks will pay you a fraction of their earnings from the company depending on how many shares you own in that company. Also, they will pay you your dividends quarterly and sometimes annually. Dividend stocks are normally companies that are already very mature in their industry, like McDonald's or Disney, or companies that have already very little room to grow. Normally their growth rate every single year is about 5% or lesser than that. So what can I do with the dividends that I get from these companies? Well, there are actually two ways. First way, which is my preferred way, and that is to reinvest all of your dividend incomes back into the stocks that you've invested into, and then to let it generate you even more dividends the next time they issue your dividends. So that is when you start the snowball effect. When the ball gets bigger, it gets even bigger and even bigger and even bigger, to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond!
The second way is that you can withdraw your dividends and spend it on literally on whatever you like. Let's just say you want to buy LV bag, you want to buy this and that, your choice. The problem here is that the highest dividend yield in the S&P 500, which is the US index fund, is only 7%. So let's imagine that you've invested $100 or 100 ringgit into this company. All that you're getting is 7% out of it, which is $7. It's not a lot, and we're not talking about $7 in every quarter. We're talking about $7 every single year. So it's not a lot. Growth stocks are simple. For example, Tesla, Apple, Google, Amazon, companies that are really famous in the world. And these are the companies that you invest into today that you think that it will appreciate in value in the next coming few years or maybe few decades. So for younger people like you and I, it makes sense that we're trying to grow our portfolio rapidly, so that we do it by climbing the growth stocks ladder. So the reason why I said that growth stocks is much more suitable for people like you and I, because we're younger, is because that we're now trying to focus on expanding our wealth instead of preserving our wealth. Normally, people who are financially stable, like they're already a millionaire, they will invest into more stable dividend growing stocks or dividend stocks, or maybe like bonds, just so they can get some passive income off of those assets. But for people like us, we're actually trying to increase our net worth as fast as possible, so to invest into stable assets would not entirely make sense. And of course, high rewards come with high risk, but you and I, we are young, so if anything were to go south, we have time on our side and we can definitely recover from our losses. That's if we lose. Index funds and mutual funds are almost the same, but they're different. But they all go by the concept of a whole basket of stocks. Instead of buying individual stocks because there are higher risks, let's just say this company that you purchased or you invested into just closed down tomorrow, that means that all of your money just goes down to the drain. But if you were to invest into an index fund or a mutual fund, it means that you're investing into a couple of hundred companies all at once. Sounds good, right? Also, the benefits of investing into a broad index fund or a mutual fund like this is that you can diversify your portfolio across into different sectors, to different companies, and even with a lower risk type of portfolio. Most expert investors, including people like Warren Buffett, really recommend beginner investors to invest into a mutual fund or an index fund, as it is really passive and we do not have to worry about which stocks does better and which stocks do worse. Moving on, we've got crypto, the most trendiest asset in the market right now in the whole world, or maybe one of the most famous, or you can call it hype or whatever. Should you invest into crypto depends on your own risk tolerance. You don't listen to your friends, you don't listen to your family, you don't listen to anyone when it comes to investing into crypto. The fluctuations is so crazy that it could go up 100% in one day and go down 200% in the second day, and stuff like that. However, a small percentage of your portfolio allocated into crypto will be beneficial as well. It can serve as a hedge to the dollar value, or sometimes it could 10x your initial capital, like who knows. Dennis, you have been explaining this type of stuff for like 10 minutes right now. Can we get to the part where you explain how you're gonna invest into 1,000 ringgit or $1,000? Sure. Right here I have 2 answers and 1 bonus answer for you guys. So here is how I am going to invest 1,000 ringgit or $1,000 as a broke student, which I am. The first answer is I couldn't care less about how stocks work, which stocks would do better this year or next year. So I would just throw all of my money into an index fund, typically the S&P 500, because the US economy is a stable growing economy in the long term. So as long as I put my money into it, it's well diversified, it's low risk, and it would definitely grow into a lot of money in the future. So that is how I would invest in the first method. So the second method is that I would allocate 80% into growth stocks and 20% into cryptocurrency. Like I said, 1,000 ringgit or $1,000 is not a lot when it comes to investing. So the objective here is to expand or increase our capital or our value of our portfolio as fast as possible as we are young. And we can do that just by investing into growth stocks that could change the world in the oncoming years. Or maybe we could invest into technology disruption, something like Tesla. And as for crypto, I would put in about 20% of my portfolio, as crypto is a very high risk but a very high reward type of investment. Now, I personally wouldn't put too much into crypto because you guys have seen the market this couple of days. It has been like a bloodbath. I have a video talking about why crypto market has been falling like that. You guys can click the link top right if you guys are curious. Why would I not invest into dividend stocks that much is because, like I said in the earlier part of this video, that dividend stocks would not pay you as much if you only have 1,000 ringgit or $1,000. So we're trying to focus on expanding our portfolio and our net worth here as fast as possible, which I've mentioned so many times in this video. Also, dividend stocks are not going to help you grow as much as your growth stocks portfolio if you invest wisely while doing your research. The third answer that I have for you, which is the bonus, is to YOLO everything into the cryptocurrency market, because I hate doing research and I don't care what is the reason behind my investments, and I will just pray for day and night that I will 10x my money. No, don't do that. Sorry for the disappointment for my bonus answers, but there are a lot of newbie investors who do not know how basic asset works, and all that they care about is what to buy and when to buy, because all they care about is making money. Investing is so much more than just making money. Yes, sure, investing is to build us wealth, is to make us money, but you need to know the reason behind your own investments. My reminder for you today is to always do your research before jumping into the next asset or the next best trend, because if you think that you can make money off of friends' tips or trading groups, then one day you might potentially lose all of your gains or will lose all of your gains without you knowing the reason why. So I am trying to help you guys, to give you guys a heads up before this happens. Please guys, do your own research. Anyways, do not take this video as a financial advice. Look at my face. I'm just a 20-year-old broke dude who knows nothing on the internet making YouTube videos, so don't trust me. The video that I make are for sharing purposes and for documenting purposes, but sometimes there are a little bit golden nuggets here and there. So I hope you guys found value in this video, and if you do know what makes me happy, right? To smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Turn on the post notifications and leave a comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're invested into and what you think where the market would head to next. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.